Welcome back to yeah, I fracked it up already. Oracle just opened it for me. I've already screwed up.
Hey everybody, welcome once again to the Iron Fork of Friday, brought to you by the Rob and Dan Show. I am Fourth Oracle, and Dan is, well, I'm more
I'm
accompanying
crying in the
Dan more
corner
than
right
anything else.
now.
Iron Fork of Friday is a weekly event that Cake puts on, where an open lobby, 3v3, and anyone can join, and it's a ton of fun. And we see really goofy things come out of it every week. Dan, how are you doing today?
Well, if I wasn't messing up my words, I'd be doing great.
Excellent. Don't worry, I got you. I got you, bro.
Glad someone does. Man, it's just not my day. Oh boy. Alrighty, we're getting ready for the Iron Fork of Friday, guys. It is February 28th. Yes, it is. It's the last day of February. Had to double check to make sure, because sometimes that iffy leap year can sneak up on you. Had to check. Once again, we're gonna have cake versus whomever. It is an open event that Cake hosts every single Friday to kind of bring the community together in a non-hyper competitive format. Still somewhat competitive at times. They like to brawl. They like to get into it. But at the same time, it's not always psychotically competitive like we see some tournaments being, where everyone is trying to min-max as much as possible.
Yeah, this is just funsies. It's not necessarily about winning even sometimes. Sometimes just about running builds because it's fun. Like mine launchers. Everywhere.
All over the place.
That happens. And Carronade spires.
I'm looking at the... I'm sorry to be distracted, but I'm looking at the stream and there's delicious cake on it.
Mm-hmm.
Cake everywhere. There's cake everywhere.
Circumspect. Got a carronade on there. Couple mine launchers. Just in case. And a mortar, because why not?
Tar because reasons.
What? Indeed, that happens.
Why not tar because reasons? Because reasons.
It wasn't that funny. I said it, and I don't think it's as funny as everyone thinks it is.
That's because you're you, though.
Nothing I say is funny.
You say as you wear dog ears on your head.
Yeah, I kind of do that on my stream.
I just wanted to point it out.
That's not something I say, though.
My point stands.
I'm in a weird mood. I've been listening to a lot of Primus recently.
You've actually, you originally weren't even going to be here today. You had some important stuff to get done.
Yep, car broke down, though. And that kind of throws a wrench into those things.
The important things you have to deal with.
Yeah, that happens. So this morning I've just been hanging out.
It's understandable.
I need to make a phone call, but I can't make it yet because the person is not available. So I've just been hanging out. Listen to Primus. You ever heard any Primus?
What are they like? Are they metal?
No, they're... I don't even know. I think they're most famous for doing the South Park opening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard anything besides that.
They do all the South Park music.
You've never heard My Name is Mud, Dan?
My name is Mud.
I don't think I've ever heard My Name is Mud, I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know. Primus is really goofy. Even...
What the hell is that?
That's bass, my friend. That is Les Claypool, the best bassist ever.
Rob had this on rapid fire. Like, he had this ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
That's almost frightening.
Primus is great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little worried about you, Rob. I'm gonna be honest.
God, I think my favorite album from Primus is actually the Brown album. I really like that album.
Well, there we go. We're getting ready to get started here. Just waiting for a couple more folks to join it. We have a captain slot available if a captain is interested in joining. That's actually the only slot we have left.
Wait,
thank you, Rob.
We also have... That wasn't even me doing that.
Wow.
Primus demands attention.
I'm glad things are under your control, Rob, because otherwise I might be worried.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, the band was originally called Primate, but another band was just, hey, we were called Primate first, and so they were so annoyed that they didn't want to deal with the legal trouble, but they also were really pissed off about it, so they changed their name to Primus, which means first.
Mm-hmm.
We had the name first. Assholes. I like Primus. They're weird. They're goofy. They don't care.
I want to say my favorite video by them is Shake Hands with Beef.
I haven't seen that video.
That video is so damn entertaining.
A lot about them is entertaining. Anyways, Rob and I could go on and on about Primus and have fun.
You could. We do have some ships all ready to go, though. Melon McCrabnathy, Jacob, and Queen Chrysalis have their ships ready to go. They're the usual Cake captains that we tend to see here on the Iron Porker Friday. Jacob first, the Circumspect. It's a Carronade Spire. What?
Yeah, I was bringing it up earlier. I think it's just whatever. We just gotta do it. Freaking do it.
Pikachu, use your Thunder Smash.
Pikachu, use your Thunderbolt of Lightning. Pikachu.
I can't take it.
No, Pikachu.
The Mark 9. Melon McCrabernathy's up to Mark 9 on his Pyramidion. Front is a Carronade double barrel mortar, and the side is a Banshee Carronade as well.
I don't even know.
And then Queen Chrysalis with her Pyramidion, the Feeder of Love. We have on that a standardized Metamidian loadout with double Mercury on the side. Queen Chrysalis is the only one on the red side of things that's taking a serious ship loadout.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, Andika is taking Incendiary. You can... Oh, no. Switch over to the Y, just Y.
Yeah, Melon McCrabernathy is... He's trying to make sense, make logic in an illogical time.
I'm not even going to look at the ship builds because they're going to slow them out. And...
They will change quite often. We also have Fox on the blue side of things taking a Squid, the Bonfire. I do believe that's actually a Squid he flies relatively often when he does fly a Squid. It has double Carronade and a Flamer on it, which is going to make it incredibly good at just flying around all over the place as fast as possible, breaking things. Not a kill ship by any stretch of the imagination, but good Lord, is it going to break stuff.
Yep. That's kind of what it does. We have a full lobby. And so we should be getting into this.
You also have the SSS Grand with NFC Fritz. Metamidian.
Super ship?
What's that?
What's the third S for?
I have no idea.
The super sailing ship. The sexy sailing ship.
Baby.
Look at the angles. Look at the angles in that Pyrrha. Hey, Chickabop. Obscure red versus blue references. Go!
I'm trying to think of a good one now. Oh man!
Oh god, there's so many.
I've watched.
He ripped the guy's skull out of his head and beat him to death with it. That doesn't seem physically possible. That's what he kept saying. This doesn't seem physically possible. Oh yeah, he was running around screaming bloody murder. Bloody murder! Bloody murder!
Wow. Okay, we're getting the game started here. First one is Raid on the Refinery. It's a crazy king. This could be a little bit of a long one, although they did lower down the amount of points it takes to get a win on Raid on the Refinery. It's Iron Fork time, just like they're saying in chat. Never mind. People unready.
Don't fork this up, guys.
That's terrible.
Yee. Spooning leads to forking, so wear a condiment.
You know what I think of when I hear red versus blue? I think of Introduction to the Internet.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I think of, sadly.
No, I don't know. They've managed to be funny. All right, who wants to hold my legs while I stretch out my hammies? No one's falling for that again. Hey, Church, think you could check out my shotgun barrels? Sarge, I'm not looking down your shotgun barrels. How about these rocket barrels? How do you like them apples? And by apples, I mean bullets. In your gut!
How do you like them pears? Out of all the characters...
nuts.
Out of all the characters in Red versus Blue, I think Sarge has to be my favorite.
I like Church a
Church
lot.
is funny, but Sarge is just... Sarge, for some reason, they wrote him to have the perfect comic timing ever.
Yeah, pretty much. We're not retreating. We're advancing. To future victory.
Church, I hear you.
Church.
No, Minecraft, we never did any of those voices at all. That never, no. We're just making fun of
No,
them.
that's all Ego Raptor.
Yeah.
Pikachu!
Bam, boom, bibbidi bop!
Zip, zap, zip, zap, zappity bop! Okay, let's see.
Still waiting on everyone to be ready here.
Yeah.
We have a missing individual on the Mark 9.
Oh, we have the again, huh?
Oh, yeah. Melon McCrappernathy, bringing out the
We did not actually do the voices.
No. Not how it worked.
Nope.
Red team
Okay.
has unreadied because Melon McCrappernathy is missing someone, apparently. I don't know who exactly left.
You see these toe hooks? They kind of look like tusks. Now, what animal has tusks? A walrus. What'd I just tell you about making up animals?
Wow.
I could do this all day.
That's the sad part.
I know.
That's the frightening part. I am probably, speaking of later today, if I get time, emphasis on if, I might do more Thief, or I might do something else. Rob knows
I might do option or option.
Yeah. Rob knows what that something else is. It's mildly frightening.
It seems suspect to me.
It is suspect. Considering the entire game's a joke? Yes.
Oh, by the way, I finished my FTL run up last night that I started on stream, and I ended up with a burst laser Mark III, a burst laser Mark II, and a dual laser, as well as a weapon pre-igniter.
Oh,
Damn
nice.
lasers.
It was
Damn
crazy.
lasers.
I got some really bad luck, and so I had difficulty with the final boss, because, I fired off a 10-shot volley, and, only 4 of them hit, several times. But I still managed to win, because, what are you going to do against a 10-laser volley?
Yeah. You are going to fall down.
I've actually got Dante's Inferno installed on my Xbox 360, and it plays fine going across my computer's capture card, so I will probably be playing that on stream sooner or later.
Yes. I want to see it.
This Sunday. I still need to pick up Kerbal Space Program. I don't own it yet. I need to buy it.
Jesus.
Good.
But this Sunday, want to let everyone know what's happening this Sunday.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be epic.
Yep, you are going to be playing Kerbal Space Program for the first time, and
I know
making fun
nothing about it.
Kerbals are going to die, but that is in the near future here. We're getting into game finally. Raid on the Refinery is the map. First game of the Iron Fork of Friday, this February 28th. Oracle, tell us about the map.
Dun dun dun!
Raid on the Refinery is pretty massive. You got all these different points. This is a Crazy King map, which means that every point is active for 3 minutes, but then it switches in a regular, predictable fashion. And all the different points have a lot of terrain, a lot of geometry around them, which makes trying to get away or dropping to the ground very, very risky business.
Absolutely. Going over the ship loadouts here as I try to find some ships. The VSS Circumspect, it's a Spire piloted by Jacob. We have on it a carronade, a couple mine launchers, and a double barrel mortar. And it makes me very confused.
Because bother your nonsense.
Green Chrysalis and the Feeder of Love for Pyramidion. We have a Gap mortar on the front with a double mine launcher on the side. And then the VSS Mark 9, Bella McCrabbernathy's Pyramidion, carronade mortar on the front with a Banshee carronade on the side.
And for the blue team, we have the Bonfire being piloted by Fox. It has a carronade on the front with a flamer on the side and another carronade on the back. For the Steptoe being piloted by Blinkenell, we have a double Artemis port side with the Banshee on the front and a Gat mortar, two Gats. Okay then, 2 Gatlings on the starboard side and aboard the SSS Grand being piloted by NFC Fritz. It is a Gat mortar Pyramidion with a flamethrower and a flare on the side. So
we've seen the double Gat as we get into combat here. We've seen the double Gat work well on the front of a Pyramidion and the front of a Mobula. We have never seen it function properly on a Junker. Feeder of Mine Love, rather, is getting hit from both in front and behind by the Bonfire and the Steptoe. No serious damage done yet beyond the Bonfire's balloon getting popped. Feeder of Love is actually losing their engine, though, and one of their guns. Outer hull continuing to go down, take a lot of hits there. Red team and blue team are both duking it out over this first point. Red team has the slight advantage, but Feeder of Mine Love is actually getting ripped to shreds by that double Gat. Along with the SSS Grand, Triple S Grand, they go down, and now it's all up to the Mark 9, because the VSS Circumspect appears to be going to the next point instead of assisting its ally.
Yeah, looks like they're not too worried about it. It's good to get the Spire set up early, because if it is set up early, it can do some really nice work. And all it has to do is turn. It's not a very fast ship, but it's a very maneuverable ship. It's easy if you're standing still to get to actually get arc on whatever target you're firing at. So I kind of like the idea so far. Blue team doing a good job of keeping red from getting the point, but they've got to get over to point D quick, or else red team's going to take it.
I think Red's plan here was simply to block the point as best they could. I think after the Feeder of Mine Love went down, it was just not going to happen. For some reason, though, Steptoe has been firing on the SSS Grand, their ally, instead of focusing their fire on the Mark 9. Poor choice on their part. Gonna just put that out there. Poor choice. Because with that focus fire they could have had, they probably would have taken down the but with only 20 seconds left on this first point, it's not worth even trying to fight over it.
Not sure why that mortar wasn't doing too much damage. Right now, I like this holding down the SSS Grand, because they know that when the blue team gets over to the point, they're not going to have much of a chance, because the red team is already set up.
Bonfire is going to swing around the south side of the point, come around behind them. I do not believe the Bonfire has been spotted yet. He's going to wait for the Steptoe to get in position ever so slightly before charging in. As you can see, he's not going at full speed by any stretch of imagination. There he goes. Alrighty, we see engines burning on the Bonfire. He is going in on the Spire. It is going to be brutal.
Yep, he's going to try to get in behind him. If that balloon gets popped, it's going to be real difficult for him to get out. The Steptoe is his target, though. Mines are going out. One goes off, but now Steptoe is stuck on geometry. Circumspect is forced to turn back on the Bonfire, though.
Circumspect lost their balloon,
trying to get in there, but
they are done for. They are in deep trouble right now.
Yeah, they're about to start bouncing. There is no support. You gotta support your Spire, but the Feeder of Mine Love accidentally rammed that geometry, and so he isn't there. Circumspect able to get himself back up. I am not sure how. Feeder of Mine Love coming in from behind, though. One little tap will do it. Hey, the Gat does it, because why not? And now the Steptoe is in a lot of trouble. As soon as the Steptoe goes down, the first points of the game will be taken.
I am incredibly impressed that the Circumspect was able to stay alive. Engineering teams on that ship doing a great job to keep things together. It actually was the tank in this situation, where Feeder of Mind Love was the damage swinging around there getting those kills. The Circumspect was actually the ship tanking all the damage. You don't ever see that. The Spire is an incredibly weak ship, but they were able to get things to a point where the bounce damage they were taking from hitting the ground was next to nothing. So great work by the Circumspect to hold things together like that.
Yeah, the Spire is really difficult to keep alive just because of the way that everything is placed. You have the balloon on one side, you have the hull, you have the hull up top, you have the balloon on the bottom deck, and so you have to split everyone up. My guess is that they got Jacob Fee off of the helm just to repair.
Probably. I think that'd be a very good assumption.
So right now, red points taken. Blue. The Circumspect is just going to hang out. Feeder of Mind Love and are going to hang out as well. And I think they might want to let the blue team go and take that point. Though, I think they just want to secure as many points at this point as they can. But if they just let the blue team have point E, then they're going to fall behind. Maybe they're hoping they can leapfrog their way to victory.
The Feeder of Love and the Mark 9, they're both heading out extremely early. They started out extremely early to E. They've already run into the SSS Grand. It looks like they're going to grind through them pretty fast. I don't think it's going to be a long, prolonged fight between the two. Although Steptoe and Bonfire are taking pot shots at the Mark 9.
The Grand is doing a good job. Oh, he was doing a good job of holding him down, but the killing potential of a Metamidian is just way too much.
It was brutal. Brutal. The Mark 9 is heading straight in on the Steptoe. They have a serious chance of being able to take this point as long as they can get a kill very quickly. The Bonfire has not engaged yet, and he'll be able to block the point from there. Mark 9, though, coming in with Gap Mortar, bouncing the Steptoe all over the place. The balloon has gone down. Outer Hull is taking some very serious shots, goes down as well. If mortars come in right now, that's going to be all for the Steptoe. They take a nasty bounce, too. Steptoe actually bounces on the geometry of the tank right behind it. They're trying to get out of this nasty situation, but it's just not happening. Steptoe is more than likely going to go down here. Mortar shots come in, finish the job. Bonfire is still holding the point, though, and actually somehow successfully capping it, or at least was for a moment there.
Bonfire, yeah, that little spot you can deny from. We've seen it in past weeks. The squid hiding out there, blocking the point, and then the other team is just like, huh? But now they've caught on. Ooh, taking a bounce of the balloon. They're rising up, trying to just make it difficult for shots to land, but they're landing them right through that little crevice. Armor goes down, the coming around from the side. Gonna get nudged. There's the kill. And now I think the point's going to go in the favor of red team unless the SSS Grand gets in there.
Feeder of Mind Love is in just a little bit of trouble. They could draw the Grand out, though, away from the point and use mines to get a kill if they swing around, if they so choose. Grand is burning. Oh, they burned moonshine there to get a nice push-off. It's going to be a double bump.
Oh!
Grand gets the worst of it. Feeder of Mind Love taking damage, too, though. But the blue ship, the blue Pyramidian, goes down first.
The Ram came out just a little bit too late. The armor went down just as he did, and so the hull ate all of that damage.
Oh, yeah.
Steptoe coming in from behind the Feeder of Mind Love. He wants to just try to block the point, but he's not really getting in there. He's going to get zoned out by Tar.
I don't think he realizes he could have just blocked the point. He didn't make that connection. The captain of the Steptoe did not make that connection in saying, okay, I just need to get in and block the point. We can stop them from getting points. I'm a junker. I can stay alive a little bit longer than some of the other ships we have on our team. But sadly, that was not the case. Steptoe decided to play a little bit safe and engage outside the cap zone.
Yeah, I think that was just more of a misplay. That was some nice tar to zone him out as well. Like, just to make sure. And now the Bonfire getting on the Feeder of Mind Love, flaming him down pretty hard. I think that pretty much all of this is in vain, though. The capture time on this map is a little long.
Yeah, look at this planning. The Circumspect already sitting on A. He's already there.
Yeah, this is kind of what they've been doing. They get the Spiral on the next point. He's all set up. Doesn't have to worry about coming in. And what it also means is that if they're in trouble, they can get their pilot off the helm. Like, they're already facing the... Oh, my! That was some serious snapping. Mines taking out the balloon of the Bonfire. Goes down to the Steptoe, but it's too little too late. You got 25 seconds on the point. That's not even enough to flip it and take 1 point.
It's not worth it. And I believe the kill on the Mark 9 was actually a benefit to the red team because it's going to give them a brand shiny new hull, new weapons, new everything, and it's going to give them a good position to get to point A.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta say, we see pretty consistently that Cake is pretty good at playing these capture point maps. I wonder if, like, if capture point was done more in competitive play, that Cake would pick up more games.
Well, that's the thing. I play on the Aerodrome Cake competitive team. We haven't won a game yet in that, unfortunately.
Oh.
Partially, mostly due to connection issues that have been happening at the time slot that Aerodrome is in. As red team takes point A, they're going to rack up another full term of points from that cap.
Blue team hung out too long. Now the Circumspect turning on the bonfire as it comes in. The also turning.
What, is Arnold the captain of the Mark 9 already?
Get to the airship! Run!
Bonfire took a nasty bump, charging in at the Circumspect. Mine takes him out. Great use of mines from the Circumspect, and great damage potential there from the Mark 9.
You know, even though the Iron Fork is like sort of a less competitive stance in that, you know, anyone can join, I'm impressed by the way that mines have started to be used. A lot of closer range weapons have started to see competitive light too. Especially after the Artemis got nerfed, suddenly closer range weapons are possible.
It doesn't make them more effective, it just makes them on an equal ground against long-range fire.
SS Grand eating a ton of fire. There it is. Holy cow. That was pretty darn quick.
Is coming around behind the Circumspect, though. I'm not sure why they aren't firing on the Circumspect. They need to drop down. Circumspect is spinning rapidly. I believe, yes, they are indeed using Phoenix Claw. They are trying to spin. They stopped too soon, though. There we go. Firing arc has been attained. Circumspect, though, losing their outer hull. Permahull has taken ship damage. Balloon not looking bad at all. I believe it's not taking any actual damage. They threw bumpers on just in case, though. Steptoe bouncing repeatedly, losing a lot of hold of those bounces. The Mark 9 is coming in, finishing the job, gets the kill.
Red team's just playing this pretty smart. They're over halfway to the finish point. You need 600 points in order to win a game of Raid on the Refinery. And they've already hit 350, and I think they might just decide to hold this point for a little longer. Now they're going to move out to point B, but blue team is already set up.
They could, in my eyes, the red team could easily just say, no, we're going to ignore point B, go to point C, let the blue team have those points for B just fine, and continue capping every other point until the victory, because they really... Do they need another cap point other than C if they get the full point? No, yes, they do. Yes, they do. I'm sorry. It's 600, not 500. They did lower the number of points needed for a win down from 650 to just 600, but still, it is a lot of points to get.
I think that's a good point you make, though. Ha 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 ha.
Ha ha.
They only need... they are a full points ahead. Okay, that made no sense. But they are a whole capture ahead of blue team. They could just sort of leapfrog their way to victory, and the Feeder of Mind Love is managing to chase out the SSS Grand.
It's actually... The Feeder of Love has still successfully blocked the point cap. As long as they get a red ship to the next point while the blue ship struggle to try and take this one, they're going to have clean flying.
Now, this is one of the things about this point. Oh, there goes the bonfire. Steptoe too far away. SS Grand is going to drop in just a moment as well. Armor comes back up just in time, but can't guarantee how long that'll last.
There it goes.
Nope.
Steptoe is coming in, but he's all alone. Now, the thing about B is that it's very close to where the blue team spawned in. Wow. I'm surprised they got that cap. Steptoe could have easily come in and stopped it.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so here's... B is a really hard to defend point because of all the cloud cover there is. There's always cloud cover around this point. Nice star coming out, but Bonfire coming in from behind. This really isn't good for the blue team, though. Steptoe getting dropped down. They're coming in one at a time. If they all came in at once,
mine
they
hit
could
on
probably
the
stop the
Bonfire.
Oh.
Knocked him completely off course. It shot him straight through that tar cloud. That
I like
was
what
impressive mine use.
I like what the red team is doing right now. They realize that blue team came in one at a time. They're already beating down the ships that came in because they came in one at a time. And so they're, the feeder of Mind Love has gone to engage the SS. Is that the SSS Grand over there? Yes.
That's the Grand, yep.
And so they're just going to control it like that. The Steptoe bouncing along the water here because physics. Trying to get a stop. There it is.
Goes.
Whoosh. Makes a nice Steptoe sandwich.
Here's the overarching issue. B is the one point that blue team has a very easy time controlling. They spawn in right next to it. If they wanted, they could all spawn in at the same time and just start curb stomping individual red ships until they're all gone. Even if they didn't get the point cap, they could have continuously blocked it if they just body rushed it. They didn't do that, however. They let the red team get the cap, which is going to mean blue team, even if Bonfire sits on the point on C at this point, he's not going to be able to do enough to continuously block these caps.
Yeah, that is an accurate assertion. Steptoe and SSS Grand spawn in, but it's a bad way to spawn. Feeder of Mind Love coming in behind the Steptoe. Ouch.
Good
big
bounce.
bump.
I didn't think that bounce would connect, to be honest.
Yeah, me either. That was odd.
Huh.
Still, taking down the balloon to the Steptoe, SSS Grand is just going to let them duke it out and try to get to point C. But the Mark 9 is going in, trying to stop him. Trying to figure out. Yeah, the Bonfire and the are
The
both
Bonfire, keep in mind,
contest
is the squid. It has 2 carronades and a flamer. Going up against the Mark 9, which has on the front there, it has that carronade mortar. So not only can both ships break, but the Pyramidion has kill capabilities. It also has a Banshee and another carronade on the side. So the Mark 9 is well equipped to deal with the Bonfire should anything really bad occur. They could 1v1 them just fine.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Bonfire's purpose, though, is just to try to hold the point as the other blue ships try to get in.
They're outside.
He can do it pretty
the
well.
Bonfire's
But,
outside range. It's out of range.
oh my, I think he's going to come in right now. But the point is going to be half captured. That's not what you want, because you want to be able to step away from the point and have a little bit of wiggle room in case you get into a nasty fight. But they're not going to have that with the point half red capped. In fact, he hasn't even blocked it yet. There it is.
He was sitting above the point. As we've seen before, you can't simply sit above the point. The cap zone is below the point. And it's got a very generous area below the point, but you have to be below the point. Feeder of Mind Love is coming in as well. Both Pyramidions, though, sitting in a tar cloud, it seems. Not sure why exactly they're just sitting in it like that.
They're just getting a nice tar bath there. Ugh. How much damage did that do? Fair bit.
Nothing's broken just yet.
Yeah, nothing quite got broken, but everything got damaged. Still, though, oh my, Bonfire stepped a little bit too far out.
Yeah, they were a little too high, and Red was able to secure the point. We are just 15 or so seconds off seeing a red victory. I do believe the red team has secured this one. Hoo boy. Red team has certainly secured a victory here. 600-0 over the blue team.
Yeah, that's going to be it. Just too many misplays coming out. Circumspect. I wonder if the SSS Grand can actually kill the Circumspect in time. He has got mortar. Mines coming out. I don't think they have Lochnagar. I almost feel like they should take Lochnagar.
Yeah.
On a Spire, at least. We can talk about that afterwards, though. Circumspect will survive. No, it won't.
Nope.
1 second to spare.
There's the victory. Congratulations to Jacob, to Queen Chrysalis, and to who was the last captain? I do not remember.
Hold tab. Melon
McCrabernathy. There it is.
Yeah, nicely played. on everyone's
It
part.
looks like they practiced this quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Yeah, I feel like Cake plays Capture Point more than any other team.
Mm-hmm. Probably. Them and the Black Flight Squadron, I believe, practice it the most. We'll be getting to the next game here very shortly, guys. Stick with us here on twitch.tv/The Rob and Dan Show. Also, make sure you look below the video to all the different goodies and links and tidbits we have available, including, but not limited to, our game fan shop, our Amazon wish list, our donation links, as well as our Cafe Press page. There we go. Oh, dear. Next map is going to be Northern Fjords. Normally, when you see Northern Fjords, you expect just long-range sniping matches. Nope. Not with Cake. Not on the Iron Fork of Friday. There will be chaos. There will be fire. There's going to be brawling. This is not a normal Northern Fjord situation.
No, Iron Fork, everyone just kind of does whatever the heck they want and they have fun with it. And, I mean, why not?
We'll look for any ship changes coming up here. First new ship is the Okashura. Okashura?
Let me see. Okashura.
Okashura?
Gojira!
It's Okashura.
Shut up, Rob.
Okashura.
It's a Hades flag pyramidion. Yes, I love these so much. Damn it, he changed. He left.
Oh.
I was so excited, and then it didn't happen.
You really like you like the Echidna a fair bit, don't you?
No, I don't actually.
Really?
No, I just think here's my thing. The Hades is a great mid-range hull break. It's got outer hull kill potential in spades, especially if you're landing charge shots. Now, what is really great mid-range at breaking permahull? Well, if you want to get in kind of close, you have the mortar, whatever. But if you want to go solid mid-range that's consistent, the Echidna, that's the only option we have available to it. And yeah, maybe it needs an accuracy buff. Maybe it needs some kind of damage buff. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I think better iron sights and better accuracy would make it very consistent. It'd make it that consistent mid-range kill that we need to see. But that combination, that 1-2 punch combination, I feel is a great kind of untouched mid-range kill potential for a Pyramidion.
I understand that. Still, though, the Artemis can do pretty much the same thing. It has comparable hull damage, but it also has component disable. So
True.
I just kind of feel like the Echidna is outdone by the Artemis in almost every regard.
The numbers speak to that too. It's unfortunate that the light flak really doesn't have a solid position. I would like to see an accuracy buff. A damage buff probably wouldn't go amiss either. Although again, I don't claim to be an expert in game modification.
I think like the other problem is that the Echidna has an arming time. It is a flat cannon.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the Artemis doesn't have an arming time. So it can, like, the Hades is okay in close range. The Artemis is okay in close range. But then with the Hades Echidna, it's like Hades okay in close range. Echidna is useless in close range because of the arming time.
Yeah, in close range, you just have to say, well, fuck it. Especially if you have an Echidna on your front of a Pyramidion. You can't get in close range. It does nothing. It does quite literally nothing.
Well, not literally nothing. It still does. It still technically does a thing.
Technically does something, but the something is so tiny, it's hard to measure.
Yep. Yeah, I'm looking. You see arming time of 0.643 seconds. That is oddly specific. What? No, let's see. No AoE. Yep, no burst damage. Okay, so I'm looking at the numbers. Apparently, the direct damage is even more than the burst damage on the Echidna. That's interesting.
I think it functions a lot like the Lumberjack in that while the direct damage is there, the burst damage hitting broken components is probably where a lot of that damage potential is.
I don't know, cause so we look at the. I'm just looking at the info. Like Rob, if you want to follow along.
pulled up
Oh,
as
Rob
well.
doesn't have it unlocked in game, but if you look at it, so you look at the lumberjack, you have 50 direct damage, 300 burst damage. That's considerable. But you look at the echidna, it has 45 direct damage and 30 burst damage. So the direct damage is actually even more than the burst damage. So it's actually doing more than half of its potential damage, even if it's not arming, which is kind of funny.
It never feels like that in game at all.
Well, I mean, a damage drop of almost 50% is pretty big.
Yeah.
You feel that. So, yep.
The more
I
you
didn't
know.
think that. 0.643 second arming time. That is oddly specific.
It's incredibly specific.
I don't understand why. Like the Hades, 3/4 of a second. Okay. What else? Yeah, the lumberjack, 0.8 of a second. Okay, nice and flat. The flak, 1.25 seconds. All right. The echidna, 0.643. Why?
Because reasons?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea why.
Anyway, how's the lobby looking? We have it full. I'm gonna say we ready.
We ready?
Yay.
Malcolm Crabernathy appears to be bringing out his galleon, the Keiko. Blinknell's sticking with the Steptoe. Chrysalis is sticking with the Pyramidion. Oh, yeah. Okay. We got a couple new ships, a couple old ships. This is Northern Fjords of the Iron...
Lost a dude. Oh, no. What happened? Replaceable Caucasian.
We lost a captain.
All right, we'll get this underway pretty soon. Man, you know what I have a hankering for? I have a hankering to play Star Drive.
What's Star Drive?
Star Drive, golly, like it's a big space. It's sort of turn-based. It's more like it's a big space RTS. It's single player, but you have a bunch of aliens, like other aliens. It's kind of like an RTS, except it's very similar to Civilization, except in space. And you can manage the economy.
You know what I have a hankering to play? Guys of the Wolf.
No. God, I got the chance to watch the Cynical Brits video of it before it got taken down, similar to Gary's incident. And golly, it's awful.
Well, good news. You will be able to participate in an MST3K video of it when I decide to stream it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh man. Okay, so for those of you who are not aware, my senior project, I'm in college right now, and my senior project is dealing with games as art. And so I've been studying it really closely and reading up on scholarly articles about the craft of cybertext. And I can, I won't just say, oh, the game mechanics here aren't working. No, I can say specifically why the game doesn't work. I feel like I'm going to be doing that during that MSC3K bit.
Okay, so let's go into detail here with that then. Why does Guns of Icarus work?
Well, Guns of Icarus isn't really... I'm more familiar with what I'm titling interactive narrative, where you actually have... It's more you are playing through a story.
Right, gotcha. Okay.
That's what I'm more familiar with. I mean, I could talk about Guns of Icarus and why.
No, it's okay.
I'm so familiar with games.
We're getting into Northern Fjords here. Map is kind of open. Oracle, tell us more.
Northern Fjords, very open, but a lot of cloud cover, making brawling a definite possibility if you're willing to be sneaky and use those clouds to your advantage.
First ship up is the Steptoe on the right-hand side. I'm sorry. Steptoe piloted by Blinkenell. We have on the right-hand side, Double Gat. Wasn't too incredibly effective in the previous game. front is a Banshee. Left-hand side, rather, is double Artemis. Second ship, the Feeder of Love, piloted by Queen Chrysalis. On the front, Gat Mortar. On the side, double Merc for that long-range fire potential. And the third ship, we have a galleon, the VSS Keiko, piloted by Melon McCrabanathi. On the right-hand side, we have a Hwacha and a Carone. Left-hand side is a lumber flak with Hades support and a mine launcher on the back.
And for the blue team, we have the Falafel Fish being piloted by Fox. It is a Hwacha fish with a flamethrower on the port side and a Gatling on the starboard. Aboard the VSS Circumspect, we have a Flak Spire with a Mercury to complement on the front. Lots of kill potential and a couple of Artemi to round it out. And the Talking Boat ships. We have Zoidster. It is a Banshee Hades front Pyramidion with an Artemis and a flamethrower on the port side.
I'm sorry, who's piloting that ship?
Zoidster?
Zoidberg.
Aha! I was watching Futurama recently.
What's that?
I've been watching Futurama with my roommate recently.
Well, there we go.
So funny.
Falafel Fish is charged quite directly into the heart of red territory, and it's eating some fire because of it. Losing outer hull, we got fires all over the deck. They just launched some tar, but it's not doing too terribly much. Two of their engines are down. Hull just comes back up. Steptoe and Cake both focusing their fire on it. Feeder of Love is below, getting hit by Talking Boat ships. Falafel Fish dropping down at this point. They have lost their balloon. Burning kerosene. Outer hull goes down. Burma hull taking hits. Just one more. There it is. Kill goes to, who is it? Steptoe.
Steptoe came in behind and kill stole, getting all that gold. Gonna be difficult for the Keiko to carry at this point if he doesn't get some more farm. Steptoe coming in with the Banshee, gonna disable the Talking Boat ships. It's on fire. Big Hwacha barrage comes out though, disables the front
mid lane tower down.
Yeah, for tier 1 mid tower down on the Talking Boat ships. We've done this dance before.
The sad part is I know what you're talking about.
Man, I used to cast League. I know my stuff.
I don't know anything. Talking Boat ships taking a little bit of fire. Balloon is burning ever so slightly, but they'll be able to put that out pretty fast. VSS Circumspect and Falafel Fish are holding pretty well together. Fox is taking the Falafel Fish forward ever so slightly, though. I don't believe they want to adventure too far forward without the Circumspect Talking Boat ships right along with them.
Oof. Hwacha not quite taking anything down. Hades, they're looking for that, for the Keiko, but they just can't spot him.
Keiko is well out of sight, but he's about to pop up here and about to take some shots on the Falafel Fish. He has his lumber flak side turned directly towards the Falafel Fish. If that Falafel Fish armor goes down, no, they're going for the Circumspect. They're going for the Spire.
That is absolutely wise. They're trying to take that balloon out. Lumberjack does land. Big fat balloon on that rooster head of the Spire, and he's going to drop down, and he's not going to be able to help much.
Feeder of Love and Talking Boat ships are duking it out between each other. Feeder of Love has had on the wrong side of it so far in this engagement. Talking Boat ships has had it well in hand. Their armor goes down again. Queen Chrysalis and the Feeder of Love could go down here. Shots going out against their engine column, losing a lot of health very quickly. They tar cloud to try and break the line of sight, but Falafel Fish coming in with the Hwacha burst gets the kill.
I was gonna say, hitting the engines, hitting the hull. Okay, there it goes. Keiko going to be the next target. The Steptoe moving in, but I don't think they're too afraid of him.
I don't think so either. Steptoe has the Artemis side pointed directly at the Falafel Fish. It looks like they lost the Hwacha. Hwacha is indeed down on the Falafel Fish. Fox backing up, trying to give his gunner time to get that gun back up. Talking Boat ships and the Circumspect both focusing their fire right now on the Steptoe and Cake. It looks like they've mostly been focusing on the Cake. The Keiko, rather, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think they just really want to take that firepower of the Galleon down. The Galleon right now is in a really nice position, and if they don't focus him down, then those two medium guns are going to do awful, awful things. Hwacha, most of it going wide, but it was still able to take out the Typhon So the fear of that kill is gone. However, nobody's on it anyway. They're just trying to keep themselves alive.
VSS Keiko
Flak coming in.
hull.
There it is.
Whoa!
Circumspect. I was just like, where's the flak? Where's the flak? There it was.
Ask and you shall
Quick kill.
receive. But coming below the Circumspect, the Feeder of Love, the Pyromedian grinding down the Circumspect, outer hull, permahull gone. Despite all the action so far, it is only 2-2.
Steptoe gonna start bouncing if he doesn't do something quick. Gatling going down, trying to take down the armor. There it is. Watch, it does a huge amount of hull damage. We saw this the other day. We saw this the other day. Use the side guns to take out the armor and then use the Hwacha to destroy the hull.
I am very mixed on my thoughts on a Hwacha fish on Northern Fjords. I love the Hwacha fish. It's one of my favorite ships to fly on.
Really?
I love flying a Hwacha fish. Really, Goldfish is one of my favorite. Great ram on Talking Boat ships. Feeder of Love coming in there, but it's put them in a precarious position as Falafelfish coming in from behind. We should see Hwacha burst here.
Look at those flak shots. That second flak, if it had come in earlier, Feeder of Love would have been gone. But those flak shots have really been on point.
There's the Hwacha. Armor going down. There's the kill. Yes, Falafelfish did indeed get the kill. Keiko has come in, though, in a 3v1 scenario. Nasty bump against the Falafelfish. Very nasty bump against the Falafelfish. I believe they got their balloon.
There's some really nice flying coming out from the Talking Boat ships and the Falafelfish, but if I'm to say, if I was to say what the really big problem was here, I would say it's that they're not focusing the Circumspect. Here comes the second flak shot. Can they get the armor back up in time? Yes. No, it landed in the balloon anyway. That was the flak. That was the flak shot.
Keiko is in a nasty position, fires all across the deck. Watch it going out, taking out the outer armor. Flak should come in here and get the kill any moment. We're seeing it flying in.
No.
It misses.
The flak didn't miss. They brought the armor up just in time, but that little nudge will do it. Talking about ships. Steals away that kill. Now the Steptoe is in. This is a serious meat grind.
A very serious meat grind. This is absolutely the definition of meat grind. Each red ship coming in one after another to try and save their brother or sister ship. Steptoe getting destroyed. Flavelfish lost their outer hull for just a moment. It's going down again. That double gat on the Steptoe is doing a lot of damage, but without any extra kill potential on that side, it's just not enough.
That small body of the Junker is just enough to keep the Circumspect from taking him down too hard, but the Falafelfish brings his Manticore back into arc. Doesn't even need to. Talking about ships comes in, gets a quick kill.
Wow. Boy,
and
2 to
6. 2 to 6. One more for the red team will do it. Or no, the blue team, excuse me. The red team just ran in one at a time and got ripped apart. All in the arc of a flak spire.
At a certain point, you have to say, cut our losses. Let's reset this engagement. Let's engage in some other way. They just kept charging in. That was their demise.
Yeah, now red team realizes this, and they're a bit afraid to engage, but look at the range. I gotta say, when you look at the Keiko, they have a flak, they have a lumberjack, and they have a Hades, but that's going up against the kill potential of a flak and Mercury Spire that is staying out of like good range of those long range guns.
I like the setup that the Keiko is bringing to the table. The lumber flak is a great setup. It's got disable, it's got kill potential, it's got a lot of damage going on with that Hades as well. It's just not able to bring everything to bear at the same time. They're always struggling to try and save one of their other ships. But great firepower on Talking Boat ships. Holy crap, they lost over half their hull in a single barrage.
I thought that was already down like that. Rob?
I thought they just took the damage. I didn't see other engagements.
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Rob.
Was the Talking Boat ships already that low? I could have sworn he was.
Oh no, their outer hull is already that low. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Flavelfish moving in. Either way, Watcher going down. Keiko desperately trying to fight off the Falafelfish, turning in to fight him. But the other ships will not be deterred from their original target, the Talking Boat ships.
I was gonna say, I'm shocked that Fox has sent the falafel fish in like this. I think he realized what a mistake that was, and he has since retreated or advanced in a different direction, as one might say.
Armor down. Where's the flak? Lumberjack comes in. Flak goes a little wide. Armor goes back down. They're gonna drop. I think they'll be okay. Still, taking permahull damage that they didn't need to take.
Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. If nothing else, they'll just need to be a little more considerate going into the next engagement. Circumspect losing the outer hull. Shots still coming in. Balloon taking a shot as well. Circumspect doing everything they can to stay alive, but they've been zeroed at this point. They need to do some major movement before they take any more damage.
I think the clouds shifted just a little bit and allowed that spot to go out on the Circumspect. Red team realized, hey, wait a minute. Spire, bad. And we have sniping guns, so they're going to try to take out the Spire. He's going to be forced to back down. And now it's a 2v3 as the falafel fish moves in.
This just shows how easily disruptible and easily damaged that Spire is going to be. All you have to do is peck at it a few times. That outer hull goes down, that balloon goes down, and they start to scramble. Then, as soon as that scramble happens, you don't have those flak shots coming in. You don't have those Artemis and Mercury shots coming in.
Wow.
That makes life a lot easier.
That was some almost nice watch. Talking about chips moving in. Falafel fish being forced to back away a little bit. Armor goes down. Flak might do it. Where is it? It's not there. Goes low.
This is what
those are going on the Circumspect.
This is exactly what the blue team didn't want. The red team has set up in a long-range scenario. They've established their line of fire, and they're focusing on singular targets to try and damage or kill. They aren't spreading themselves out. They aren't trying to 1v1. They aren't trying to brawl. They're not trying to save each other. They're simply sitting in a singular position, focusing the fire on singular targets.
I feel like they just kind of suddenly went, hey guys, wait. Meat grinds are bad.
They probably remembered what kind of ships they took, too, finally.
Yeah, I mean, the Galleon and Junker are pretty slow. It's hard to get in there to support your allies when they're too far in. Keiko, very low on armor. Whacks it with the mallet. Whacks it with the mallet just in time.
Talking about ships, got eaten alive there. That focused fire is a lot of damage, especially against a Pyramidion, which doesn't necessarily have the best armor in the game.
Blue team is pinned right now. If blue doesn't make a move, the Circumspect is going to get collapsed on. There goes the balloon. Look at that. He gets dropped real quick. And now the falafel fish is going to have to either duck behind cover or, I don't know, die.
Nope, they're ducking. They are ducking. They are retreating briskly.
A little bit late, though. Ate a fair bit of fire.
Yeah, not too terrible. They didn't have any component breaks to speak of. They didn't have any armor breaks either, thankfully, or I think that heavy flak would have come in and finished the job pretty quick.
Talking about ships, he's coming in, but he got spotted. I was thinking that maybe the fact that they didn't know where to talk about ships could be used to try to get the jump on the red team, but it didn't happen fast enough.
Circumspect was sitting low below the arch. They've actually been spotted. They're going to try and rise back up here. They're losing hull, losing components pretty quickly. A little frightening, I think, for that Spire. Watch it coming out. That completely that little part of the barrage hit. Keiko did take a little bit of damage from that. It looks like they lost one gun.
Oh, I just learned something.
Okay.
If you hold down the right mouse button, you can turn
things.
The camera.
I have discovered that while broadcasting, and it is incredibly annoying to deal with. Because there is no way to right your camera.
Other than abandoning the match.
Yeah.
Coming back. Oof. Armor goes down on the falafel fish. Forced to drop down. They're all coming up at different times. And so they're each getting focused down the moment that they pop up. They need more to make this happen.
Yep. Hold on. I am losing the audio from Zoom. Look, sounds like I'm losing both audio from Zoom right now.
Oracle.
Hello.
Kind of hear both of you.
Everyone's all bitty.
Let me restart the call.
I'm getting 8-bit Rob and Dan here.
Restarting the call. Hold on.
Okay. Okay. Robert?
Let's try Skype.
Okay. Hopefully, what happened there?
I have no clue. It just started going all bit trip beat.
I think your connection might be straining a little bit, Rob.
Possibly? I don't know.
We'll see. Getting back to it here, 6-4 in favor of the blue team. They've lost their edge, if ever so slightly. They are going to swing around the far side of the arches, though, on the very southern side of the map. Come up the red team. Come up to the red team from behind. And try to get the jump on them.
Hello.
Yeah, they are finally doing what they need to do. They've disengaged from that nasty fight, and they are going to be coming in from a different angle. This may allow them to bring all of their guns to bear at the same time, and they don't need to do it for long. They just need one kill. That being said, if they wipe, then the red team will win. So this is not nearly as dangerous for the blue team as it is for the red team, but this still, if blue team botches this engagement, that could be it.
All they need is one kill. One solid kill, and the blue team gets the win. If they all just come in and focus on the galleon, I think it's going to be relatively easy for them to get done.
Yep, Circumspect rising up. He's probably going to get spotted pretty quick. No, red team is in the clouds. Maybe they're just having trouble spotting. Keiko has the wrong, or no, he does have the correct side facing, but nobody's firing yet.
Too many clouds. No one's been spotted yet. Oh, no, Steptoe has been spotted.
Yep, there's the spot.
Circumspect.
The Circumspect is the first ship to get spotted. That's not what they needed. Now it's going to get focused down. They need that kill potential from the Spire.
The Flafflefish is coming in pretty quickly around Candy Mountain behind the red ships. It's going to be able to get the drop on one of them. It looks like Circumspect, though, is taking a lot of damage very quickly. Outer Hull has gone down. Perm Hull just takes... Was that a flak? That had to have been a flak.
That was flak.
Oh, my goodness.
One more coming
Circumspect, he's gone. He's going down. Good night.
Maybe not quite. Disable comes out. Circumspect is going to have to back up, repair before he comes back into this fight. Steptoe is getting targeted by the Talking Boat ships. He's just in the right range, and Falafelfish is focusing him too. I think they've chosen their target for the victory, but he's stepping behind his allies. This is smart. Tar goes out and hit his allies as well. Steptoe. They need this kill quick. The armor's going to come back up in just a matter of moments. Falafelfish in on him.
Watch a burst! Down. Oh my god! Steptoe just barely gets their armor back together before that last few those last few shots come in. Talking about ships goes down to the Keiko and Feeder of Love. Flafelfish is now all alone. Steptoe is a hair's breadth off of coming apart, but Falafelfish is all alone and it's losing Outer Hull and Permahull very quickly. It's being ground down. It looks like they've also taken out the Hwacha on the front of it, which means they cannot try and get that last kill, but the Circumspect is back and they are taking flak shot. But oh my goodness.
Crushed against the ice. And now, like I said, botched engagement. They couldn't quite do it. The Circumspect got spotted first, and that fire was not there for the whole fight.
No, if that flak fire had been there when the Junker had lost its outer hull, been too much.
Steptoe's in a fair bit of trouble. Hades coming in. That balloon goes down, then the hull is going to be an easy target. That's not what they need. Black comes out from the Circumspect. Hades are landing. They've got the drop. Balloon's down. Armor is burning. This could be it. Watcher comes out on the Talking Boat ships, though. Gonna be hard to finish him off. Armor is down as well. Order coming out. Can they get the kill? Keiko gonna be firing on him pretty soon as well. Steptoe spotted. Circumspect is firing on him. One more shot. There it is!
There it is!
With a flak.
Woo!
That last shot was a flak shot on the hull of a junker. That was an impressive kill shot.
Great aim. Great aim with that, too. My goodness.
Whew.
Oh, boy.
That was very, very close, and I feel like it couldn't have been that close.
7-6. Just think about that. 7-6 in favor of the blue team. Fox, Jacob, and Zoidster getting the wins on that one. That was so close. If
It was it was like 5-1 or 6-1 at one point.
Yeah, it was really close. 6-2, I believe, was the very big advantage that the blue team had there at one point, because the red team got into a bit of a meat grind there. They let themselves just continue charging in. At that 6th kill, they said, we got to stop, pull back, reset. We can't save this.
That's not the ideal time to say that. Like,
No.
You want to say, hey, we probably shouldn't do this anymore, like, before the first kill. But when
Yeah.
you let it get to 6, like, that's what happens. Like, even if you play well, like they were doing, and capitalize on enemy mistakes, if you let yourself get ground down like that for a couple of minutes, that's what happens.
Thanks for sticking around with us. This is the Iron Porker Friday for this February 28th. Hey, Rob.
Yes.
Oracle. Would you
Hello.
guys like this day in history for today?
Yes.
This day in history, in 1994. Yes, this is history, apparently. 1994.
20 years ago.
Rob, how old were you?
You're making me do math.
I was 2.
I was just getting into high school.
People are old.
Hey, what's that, Sonny? What's that, Sonny?
You,
In 19
yeah, no, this is when you say you and your video games. What are those anyway?
I played arcade games. I played the
1994.
holographic Sega video games.
Oh my God.
We played a quarter every time we screwed up, and we liked it. We loved it. Hallelujah.
Have you ever played skee ball? Or
Dude, have you ever watched Dogma? Skee Ball's awesome.
skee ball and billiards?
I shouldn't
Dude,
say that. No,
I don't
it wasn't.
have to watch Dogma. I don't have to watch
Dogma wasn't Skee Ball. What was that?
It's been a long time since I've watched Dogma.
Yeah. It's been a long time since anything for me.
Sorry to hear that. This day in history, on February 28th of 1994, the first NATO military action occurred.
Oh.
The United States, 10 European countries, and Canada founded NATO in 1949 as a safeguard against Soviet aggression. With the end of the Cold War, NATO members approved the use of its military forces for peacekeeping missions in countries outside the alliance, and in 1994 agreed to enforce UN resolutions enacted to bring about an end to the bloody conflict in the former Yugoslavia. In 1994 and 95, NATO planes enforced the no-fly zone over Bosnia-Herzegovina and struck at Bosnian Serb military positions and airfields on a number of occasions.
NATO is neato.
Ugh.
What?
Yeah, maybe if NATO sold like house cleaning detergent.
Ito.
NATO.
Ito.
I don't know. That sounds like either trying to sell detergent or trying to like make propaganda.
Why can't you do both?
Think
about that.
NATO.
All hail the detergent.
NATO, now with nation-safe bleach.
Hallowed are the Naru.
Oh, you mean the egg beaters.
Household appliances at their finest. We just did about
Praise the
7
soap.
different in-jokes. That's probably kind of sad.
Praise the soap. Now it's 8.
Swedish Fozzie, a new ship for the blue side of things. Fox is Pyramidian. See what he has on it.
So what's the score for the team now? For the teams?
Oh, crap. Sorry, I forgot to update that. It is 1-1. I'll update that right
We
now.
have
Oh,
team
so
shuffle.
another soap joke. It's tied.
God damn it, Rob. You're fired. You're done. That was terrible.
I don't know what I hope to gain from that.
Whoa. I'm done. Fuck you. You can do this alone. Nope.
Don't leave me.
You have to deal with Rob. I'm not dealing with this.
You're the one. What, you wanted to be... Like, I don't know. There's not as much ring to the Rob and Fourth Oracle show.
I don't want to deal with Rob's bad jokes anymore. They're making me cry.
You're not foisting him on me.
Fine.
I like that word, foist.
As Timeline says, praise the soap. Oh, we need to focus here. Looking over. Oh, the Tower of Power's here. It's a Flax Spire. Well, equipped Flax Spire, too. Still waiting on just a couple folks to join. The Queen's Oven, Melon McCrabernathy's Junker. It's got a flamer on the front of it. That's odd.
I think the idea behind it is like, yeah, lots of flamers, lots of fire. I mean, I guess it is kind of the cake thing. It's like fire, just get fire on him and we'll be good.
Put fire on target.
More fire, the more better good.
Sure.
McCrabernathy, use fire! Flame!
Wow. I got nothing at this point. Keep in mind, folks, this is the Iron Forker Friday, as my phone has apparently died. Thank you, phone. You are such a great help all the time. We're going to be going till 6 p.m. EST. And then later on tonight, I'll probably be doing some games on stream. Not sure what yet. We'll see.
I'll probably be streaming as well this evening.
Might do more Hawken. I'd like to see more Hawken.
I'm taking a break from Hawken because I'm getting way too worked up over it.
I've noticed that.
Okay, that was more like a culmination of other things, but I'm just having like a hard time because I have to shift my mindset because the higher level, I found something. The higher level I get, people are kind of going, okay, so if I want to get lots of kills, then I take a light and I contribute to my team by getting lots of kills. But it's not always like that. But that's sort of the mindset, go with the meta and what gets you the most kills, when really the most effective thing is working with a team. I'm used to working with a team, but now I've hit the point where everyone's worried about their KD.
Does the KD get you anything?
No. Bragging rights. It's a nice number.
Epeen!
Man, I play Grenadier. I play Grenadier and Technician. My KD is probably in the crapper right now. I don't care.
You give no fucks.
Man, if I'm helping the team, I'm happy.
Oh, well, there we go.
Hot dang.
I hope you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what matters.
It actually was a mindset that came over from my league days. My not the helping the team thing, but that did come. More something else. The reason I was getting so frustrated was because of like an artifact from there. I got so annoyed at people that would blame their team that I said, I'm not going to be like them and I am going to accept responsibility. The problem is sometimes you do have to accept that while maybe there were things you could have done better, it's not entirely your fault because you are on a team and you do have to work together. And if your team doesn't work together, there's only so much you can do. There
are, in fact, other people that are involved.
I know, right? I just discovered that.
It's hard to deal with.
Chris is not.
It's difficult to deal with.
Yep. I'm playing more FTL. I'm probably gonna get more back into Fallout again. Though what I need to do right now, whenever I play Half-Life, I've started doing the Half-Life drinking game. The way the Half-Life drinking game, it's very simple. There's only one rule. When Fourth Oracle dies, you take a drink.
Uh-oh.
That is literally it.
That would never work out for any kind of reasonable human being.
Okay, so what happens if you get locked into one of those save death loops?
Dude, it happened. It was awful.
Grenade to face, die. Take a shot. Grenade to face, die. Take a shot. Grenade to face, die. Take a shot. I do
because like if I actually took a shot, I would die. What I do is what I need to do before I play Half-Life again is I need to go out to like Winco and buy a ton of Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Oh, that's my thing.
Oh yeah.
Really, here's the thing about Pabst. I'd never had it before. I heard crappy things about it. I tried it, and I have one thing to say about Pabst. It sure is beer. It's not much else.
Oh, one local bars here does like $1 Pabst cups. It's like awesome.
Like
Love it.
It has no other flavor. It's kind of watery, but by golly, it sure is beer. And that's all you can say about it, though.
Yeah.
If you like beer, if you like the taste of beer, you'll probably like Pabst because
it's not
like,
even beer
like,
though. I'm
yes,
sorry.
it is. Yes, it is.
word.
PBR's
We have guys.
It is definitely beer.
Guys, we have a game.
Yeah.
Map is Canyon Ambush. Oracle, tell us about the map.
Canyon Ambush, you have some big sniping opportunities on the northern and southern sides, but in the center of the map, it becomes a nasty brawl fest.
All right, first ship for the red team, we have the Skybreaker, piloted by, who is that? That's Gibbs Gymnast. It is a Pyramidion with a gap mortar front, a flamer carronade on the side. We have the feeder of Mine Love, piloted by Queen Chrysalis. Gap mortar on the front, double mine launcher on the side, and we have the VSS Circumspect. We've seen all these ships before. Junior Navigator Jacob Phi is the pilot. It's a carronade spire with a couple mine launchers and a double barrel mortar. I almost said a grenade launcher.
And for the blue team, moving in pretty quick, we have Fozzie the Pyrrha being piloted by Fox. It's a double gap forward Pyramidion with a Banshee and carronade side. We have the VSS Queen's Oven being piloted by Melon McCrabbernathy. It is a flamer and Banshee on the port side with another flamer on the front and a gap mortar on the starboard. And aboard the Hag Raven being piloted, I gotta make this quick, being piloted by, what's his name? Die Hard Zero. It is a gap mortar Pyrrha. Take us away.
Alrighty, we have combat here. Feeder of Mine Love is getting hit very hard by Fozzie the Pyrrha, but Fozzie the Pyrrha losing outer hull very quickly to Skybreaker. They're burning kerosene to try and get out of this situation as the VSS Circumspect also puts pressure on him. I think Fozzie is going to go down and be the first kill here as they're getting hit from multiple angles, both from the Skybreaker and the Circumspect. We should see that flag coming in here very shortly. Shots should be going out. There it is. Skybreaker gets the kill.
It's a carronade spire, not a flak.
Right, I forgot about that.
Skybreaker going down, though. Finally, the blue team comes in and makes up for that loss with the feeder of Mine Love. Has a nice angle on the Hag Raven. He's coming around behind him.
They're both blue ships are going for the spire. I think this is a great choice. It's going to take them out as best they as in a quick fashion. But that carronade is going to make things a little bit hard as Hag Raven just lost their balloon, and they're actually getting eaten alive by both feeder of Mine Love and the Circumspect. Shots going out, mine launchers, mortars being shot, and now the Queen's Oven is all alone with the Spire and the Pyramidion.
Even though red and blue spawns are about equidistant from this fight point, there is a straight line from the blue spawn into the fight. Those double gats are going to bring down the armor, and the last couple ticks of the Gatling are going to completely destroy him. That was fast.
Fozzie the Pure getting a great kill there, charging with everything they had. There was no question where he was going.
The Queen's Love got a kill on the feeder of Mine Love. Way down there, blue team really pulling this around. The red team was just too out of position after getting that first kill.
Great use of the VSS Circumspect, but with how they were flying, I really thought they had a flak on there still. It felt like they were flying it like a flak spire, where they were holding back and they were letting the long-range fire speak for itself. They weren't really getting in and brawling like a carronade is good for.
Yeah, I feel plus they have mine launchers. They got to get in pretty close to make that useful, but when you have the focus of those multiple ships, there's not much you can do. I feel like The Carronade Spire may not have been the right decision for this when you can have so many ships focusing you down at your optimal range.
In addition to the mine launchers, the gunner on the Spire, Tiberius III, has Lochnagar ammo. He can load Lochnagar ammo into those mine launchers to make them especially deadly in short range.
Now, is that what he's doing? I wonder what they've loaded them up with.
I wish we could tell.
Yo, I wouldn't be surprised, though.
Wouldn't shock me. Those Lesmok mines have very, very big bursts.
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, we have not quite a standoff. Blue team is trying to work their way around. As soon as they come around the corner, the Feeder of Mind Love is a little bit too far forward, I think. Hag Raven has popped out of the clouds.
Spots going down. Feeder of Mind Love, the first to get sighted. Shots going out from Fies of the Pier and Queen's Oven and Hag Raven all are opening fire. Feeder of Mind Love took a little bit of a bounce there, it looks like. They are stuck slightly against the rocks there. Hag Raven coming around with Fies of the Pier. Skybreaker is going to go above the Hag Raven. That is a missed ram. And they are going to sit in line of fire of the Fies of the Pier and Queen's Oven for at least a few moments.
Skybreaker is a little bit too far forward at the moment, though. Banshee comes out, gets that kill real quick. Fies of the Pier are closing in on the Circumspect. Circumspect being able to rise up. It has decent vertical movement, and it's going to be able to survive a little bit longer, but the Feeder of Mind Love is too far away to help. I think this may be it for the Circumspect.
That failed charge, that failed ram from the Skybreaker, I think was the linchpin in what happened here, as the Spire does indeed go down from focus fire from the Hag Raven and the Queen's Oven. That failed charge put the Skybreaker in such a horrible position that not only did it open itself up for being targeted by the Queen's Oven, it allowed Fies of the Pier and Hag Raven to simply charge straight forward and start engaging the Spire, even before the Skybreaker had lost its outer hull.
Feeder of Mind Love charging in. I think he should have gone in a little bit later, because then they would have had the flank, but the Fies of the Pier losing its whole armor, but the Feeder of Mind Love is taking too much fire, and he's going to go down, leaving the Skybreaker to his fate. This is going to be the last death in a very short meat grind, I think.
Very short. They are going down. Skybreaker is gone. Blue team gets the win. Congratulations, Blue team. We will update your point total so it reflects that you got a win. Or another win, rather.
Yay!
There we go. There we go. Congratulations to the winning captains. We will see the next game up here very shortly. That was a very short one. Current time is 5:24 EST. We'll have either one or two more games to bring us up to the 6 o'clock hour and finish up the Iron Fork of Friday for this February 20th, the last day in February for 2014.
Yeah, we got one last game coming out, probably. I would guess.
I voted. I don't know if my vote's going to count. My vote did not count.
Yeah, they like themselves that raid on the refinery.
Oh, well. Raid on the refinery is a very, very iffy map, especially since Cake does practice it quite often. We get some new folks in here. Again,
Yep.
this is the Iron Fork of Friday. It's a public event, ladies and gentlemen. So at any point in time, you are welcome to join in. You can just hop right in game, join the lobby. The lobby name is right at the top left of the streaming screen. It says the Iron Fork of Friday right there. It is not passworded, although it is a European lobby. So you're going to need to take that into account when joining it.
Yep. All right, we're just waiting on 3 dudes. Oh, Tiberius says he might be off for now. That's sad.
Yeah, the alcohol has finally started to fuzzy his vision enough where he can't point guns correctly.
I'm thinking,
Corvo, Allen's, is that his name? Aliens Pyramidion, probably named after the Dishonored character, yeah.
That was a good game.
Was it?
Yeah.
Because I didn't like it at all myself, actually.
My brother loved it. He just ripped through it. He did a he didn't do a non-lethal run because he started out and he just accidentally killed dudes, but he kept going with it, and he ended up getting the good ending because that's how he is.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy. I don't know. We always seem to be the goody two shoes whenever we do games like that.
Okay, so really quick, going back to beer discussion.
Yes, indeed.
PBR is like having sex in a canoe. It's fucking close to water. It's not really beer. Let's be honest.
No, like it's beer only by a technical definition. There's no other. There's nothing else to it. I don't know. I would liken Pabst to Kill Switch Engage. Kill Switch Engage is metalcore, but it's not a whole lot else, and it's not exactly very interesting. It just is metalcore. If you want metalcore and absolutely nothing else, like no embellishment at all, go to Kill Switch Engage.
It's
in the same way.
Metal light.
Yeah.
It's
not that it's metal light. It's more just like it is nothing more than the product of metalcore. It's like that's all it is. In the same way, that's all Pabst is. It's just like we put hops and stuff in it, all the stuff that we need for beer. Put it all in there, and we're good.
If you want actual beer, let's go to something like an Oktoberfest. Like if you want a generic kind of craft beer, Sam Adams Oktoberfest. It's pretty good. It's not the best by any stretch of imagination, but it is enjoyable. You also have Goose Island's 312. Fantastic beer, if I do say so myself. I love Chicago beers. You have a lot of the Sierra Nevada selection. Fantastic beers.
Mm-hmm.
Almost all craft brewed. Stone Brewing. Stone Brewing Levitation is fantastic. If you want a beer that has a very complex taste but doesn't have too much of the heft that some craft beers tend to have. Or if you do want that heft, you do want that crazy full body, and you want something that will kick your teeth in, go Arrogant Bastard. One of my favorite beers of all time, easily.
I'm a big fan of like smooth ales. That's what I really like. I don't like anything but like I do enjoy. I can enjoy stuff with a bit of a bite, but I really do enjoy the smoothness.
If you say Blue Moon, I may have to have a discussion with you.
Really, why is this? I haven't had it.
Blue Moon's not a smooth ale though.
It's incredibly smooth. What are you talking about?
We have some, I think. Why don't I go check?
I'm sorry. Blue Moon is great if you need a drink of water.
Okay,
it is an ale. It's a wheat ale.
Yeah, it's a
Hefeweizen.
Belgian.
I do like Hefeweizen.
Hefeweizen is great, but it could be so incredibly light sometimes and out just non-flavor.
I can see that. I have not drank a ton of beer. Like I wouldn't call myself an alcohol aficionado.
You know what beer goes down like water for me?
Yeah.
Guinness.
Yeah.
Guinness. That stuff goes down like water for me.
Do you do black and tans?
No.
No, why not?
No. I do more shandies.
Okay, I'm fine. That's fine.
I got like a $3 pint at the co-op the other day, and I don't remember what it was. It was like a raspberry something. It's raspberry an ale. Tea? No, it's a raspberry ale, or like it has raspberry in it. I'll probably have some of that tonight if I stream. I don't drink a lot. I haven't had anything to drink in like a couple weeks.
I haven't really had anything to drink in a few months. Like whenever I go back to Iowa City, I'll have a few beers with friends, but I don't drink anymore at all.
Yeah, drinking is like I don't know.
It's expensive,
I don't do it too much.
Is what it is.
It can get expensive if you do it too much. Yeah. I You know what I drank have been drinking a fair bit recently. Angry Orchard. That stuff is delicious.
My girlfriend and I were having some of that. To me, that's like wine. There's just an aftertaste to it that I'm just not keen on.
I like the aftertaste a lot. It's sort of a apple bittery kind of thing.
I think for Monday's episode, Rob, I might get an arrogant bastard for myself.
Oh man,
I'll get Anchor
Kerbals.
Steam. I'll get my go-to beer, Anchor Steam.
Hey guys, do we want to turn Kerbal Space Program into a drinking game?
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Kerbal Spirits Program.
It's funny because alcohol and also killing Kerbals.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Wait, that's funny.
Death! Yay! That is gonna be
actually. I think it should be Killian's space program.
Speaking of, I'll actually be at the Catamon Brewing's tasting tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, you're talking about that. That's why you're not going to be there for the Saturday box social.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a replacement for myself. So how it is Oracle, you'll just be able to do your regular color play-by-play. Like you'll be able to go straight play-by-play, and we'll probably get Morty or someone in that we've casted with previously to do color with you.
And you'll be back in time at night for the other event?
Yep, gonna try to be.
Okay.
It should be just fine. Like I should only be there an hour or so. Go there, taste a few beers, get some recording, get a quick record done with CAD, and then be back.
Okay.
Should be fun. We're getting set up here for the last game of the Iron Fork of Friday. It's going to be right on the refinery. Teams are saying they are ready, except for 3 of them.
Awkward. Come on.
Aliens saying just a second.
Because, aliens.
Because Vanu.
Aliens.
Because Vanu.
Mm-hmm.
I love Vanu. I have an almost maxed out Mag Rider. I have a...
Rob, has he seen the image yet?
Oh, no, not yet. Let me get that on stream. Hold on. Add image.
We had an image come to us from a viewer.
Of Terran Tuesday.
Happens every Tuesday, of course. You can go down below the video for information on our schedule. We just updated it. This image came to us from a viewer. It is magical.
Yep. If you've got the stream loaded, you should see it here in a moment.
I'm keeping an eye on the time, and I will do the map intro so you can view this.
Okie dokie, I'm checking this out. What is this?
I'm not seeing it come up yet myself, Rob.
It should be up there.
Oh, yep. I've seen this.
Aliens.
Aliens.
Why am I not seeing it? I love this image. I'm not. There it is.
Because Twitch delays.
Yeah.
Dude, I love Vanu. Papa Vanu. Bring progress to these heathens.
I'm sorry, we couldn't hear you over the sound of Alien.
Couldn't hear me over the sound of sweet, sweet Sauron fire.
I swear to God, we're supposed to be... Terran Republic's supposed to be the king of rapid fire, and yet you guys have the fastest firing gun in the game. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Well, it technically it does, but I mean
No,
the
it
cone of
doesn't.
fire on
because
it.
we're supposed to have the fastest weapons.
But the thing about the Sauron though is like you
Nope.
can't really rapid fire it unless it's like right in your face.
Don't care.
It's more of a sniping weapon.
We're supposed to have the fastest fire gun in the game. Going into an actual Guns of Icarus match, though, Raid on the Refinery is the map. It is a Crazy King capture and control. Each point is active for 3 minutes. The first team to reach 600 resource points gets the win. First up is the Skybreaker, piloted by Gibbs Gymnast, I'm sorry. It's a Pyramidian. Gap mortar front with a flamer and a, what is that? That is a Banshee on the side. Next up is the VSS Queen's Oven, piloted by Melon McCrabanathy. On the right-hand side, we have a Gap mortar. Front is going to be a flamer, and left-hand side is going to be a Banshee flamer. Third ship is a galleon. It is the Love Fortress, piloted by Jacob. We have on the right-hand side, Watch Carronade. Left-hand side is a lumber flak with a mine launcher, and the back is another mine launcher.
Mine launchers, Fozzie the Pura for the blue team, being piloted by Fox. It is a double gap forward Pura. He does have kerosene for those rams. He also has a Banshee and a Carronade on the side for the USS Dragon. It is a gap mortar Pyramidion with a flamethrower and Artemis on the side. The Corvo, being piloted by Alien, is a gap mortar Pura as well with a Hades and, an Artemis and Flare on the side.
Blue team has put the most time into capturing the point so far, but red team is blocking it. Queen's Oven and Skybreaker going against the Corvo. Blue team has continued to cap it ever so slightly. It looks like because of how high the red team was raised up. But Love's Fortress is blocking the point now, tarring out the Fozzie the Pura.
Oh! Bump comes in. Queen's Oven right there to try and help. And now the USS Dragon, though, bearing down on him. If the USS Dragon can take out the Queen's Oven and the Skybreaker, they might have a chance. But Fozzie the Pura is way out there. Couldn't follow the Fortress because of that.
What did Corvo go down to? What killed Corvo there?
That was one of the Puras.
Right! Queen's Oven is baking the ever-living hell out of the USS Dragon. The point has swung to the blue team, though. Love's Fortress was out of position, and the other red ships, the Skybreaker and the Queen's Oven, were sitting too far above the point. Teams have to keep that in mind.
Queen's Oven is blaming its own ally? All right, and he gets bumped by the Skybreaker. Fozzie the Pura coming in, getting a ram on the Skybreaker. Armor going down. There it is. That's all it took. Blue team already taking this game in the palm of their hand.
Next point is going to be active here very shortly. No team has sat on it just yet, but I do believe Corvo is going to swing towards it. Yep, they are going to swing north. Queen's Oven is looking pretty crappy. They're looking pretty low. Skybreaker respawns. They should be going for point A as well here very shortly.
I feel like the USS Dragon and the Queen's Oven would both be better off just dying here.
Yeah.
Because they'd be able to come back with a fresh ship and fight for the point.
Whatever ship gets killed is actually going to be the victor in this situation, because kills do not matter in this game mode. They do not matter. Fozzie the Pura is constantly harassing the Love's Fortress. Outer hull has gone down. That double gat, very effective on the front of a Pura, especially when it comes to how Fox likes to pilot his Pyramidion, where he's always ramming. He's always pushing. He's always nudging. He's very aggressive. Love's Fortress takes a bump. Fozzie the Pura is coming in. Outer hull goes down. A nudge is going to happen. There it is. Pinching the Love's Fortress against that pipe.
Ooh, but Love's Fortress is able to get away. Just enough power on those engines to shove him away and keep him from getting pinched. But that might put him up against another wall. Fozzie the Pura going to nudge right up against him again. Mooshing him against the wall. Double gats going down hard. The bumps are doing perma hull damage. Will it be enough? There it is.
Good kill. Good kill by Fozzie the Pura. I think it took a little too long, though. Corvo's getting eaten alive by the Skybreaker. It looks like this blue cap might not hold for very long if Fozzie the Pura doesn't get in here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not going to take him long, though.
Whoa! Great turn of events.
For it.
Wow. Yeah. Corvo did a really good job there of keeping his crew under control and getting that gap mortar turned on the Skybreaker. That was really impressive.
Already seeing 115 points on the blue team, another 116 left for them to collect. And it doesn't look like the red team is really going to be able to say anything about it. They're facing towards it. They're scooting that way, but galleons are slow.
Incredibly slow, absolutely. We should be seeing more of the red team coming in here. Love's Fortress trying to move as best they can. Queen's Oven getting ripped to shreds by that double gat. There it goes. That did not take much. Their perm hull is already sitting pretty low, though.
Double gat is something we've seen before on the Fozzie the Pura. Fox does it every so often. This is the first time I've seen him do it without Moonshine. But certainly the principle is still there. He loves ramming, and it's very effective against Galleons because it can rip through guns too. Skybreaker coming in hard.
This bump, I believe, it does indeed go in Skybreaker's favor. That outer hull on the Skybreaker went down right before he hit. That triple gat grinding down that hull. It doesn't matter that kill potential isn't necessarily there. They simply cannot maintain against that kind of consistent pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. When you have Gatlings constantly firing on you, not only are you losing your armor, not only are you taking chip damage, but you're also losing components. You can target components with the Gatling, and it does a lot of damage. You can rip through engine columns very quickly if you're in close.
If you're shooting at the right points, those bullets just land hit after hit after hit, rapid fire. It's too much for a lot of engineers to maintain simply because it's hitting so quickly. That's a lot of shots landing in quick succession very fast, especially if you're loading greased.
Looks like, yep, blue team finishes up taking everything they can on this point. They're already moving to B, and the red team's not anywhere in position because they lost their lives in those engagements. So they spawned in far away.
This is what we were talking about in the previous raid in the refinery map, where B is an especially easy point for blue team to grab. Red team, it's kind of like that with D and a little bit with E, not quite so much, but it's right next to their spawn. B is right next to their spawn. They can body rush this point and have no problem taking it.
The flimity flip for the point. Blue team going to pick that one up. Again, they're going to get as many points as possible out of it. Again, the point cap is 600. Blue team already almost halfway there. Queen's Oven moving in on the Corvo, though, trying to press him off with that flamethrower.
Corvo is trying to do everything in his power to keep up against this, but Balloon goes down. Every single component is on fire on that ship. They burn a little bit of moonshine trying to get out of the way, but it's just too much. Those flamers from the Queen's Oven and that Banshee, way too much pressure, and the point is going to start ticking off blue unless a blue ship can get in range.
I don't think he can. The USS Dragon is being targeted by the Skybreaker, and he's the only one that's close enough to stop this swap over. Queen's Oven just going to hang out, not moving on the USS Dragon. He's going to make it.
The Dragon is in range. The Dragon's in range.
There it is. Gets the block. However, I don't know how long he's going to last. Skybreaker is following him, having a little bit of trouble doing so, though. But Queen's Oven is right there. Quick couple of Gat mortar shots will do it. But the Fozzie the Pira coming in from the side.
They were able to neutralize the point. The red team was able to neutralize the point, but I don't think they're going to get any more points out of this per se. Blue team is just body rushing this thing at this point, which is, again, very effective to at least block the point. It's blue team spawn. We're right in blue team spawn. Great brawling, though, from Fozzie the Pira, getting Skybreaker on its engine side, ripping that engine column to pieces with those Gatlings. Again, that damage potential from the Gatling is way too high for engineers to maintain against. Those components are going to stay down.
Ooh, Skybreaker going to get nudged a little bit more. The Gatlings are reloading. Skybreaker trying to turn into Arc, but the armor goes down. Gats are going to chip him away, but the point's still neutral. They've still got to kill the Queen's Oven, but I'm not sure it's worth it anymore. I feel like the blue team should just sort of get out of here, get on to the next point, unless they can get a nice sandwich on the Queen's Oven. Where's the next point?
Love's Fortress. If we look over to the next point, Love's Fortress is not only already sitting on the point, but they have their brawl side turned towards it through these little cracks in the piping. They have a huge minefield also set up right behind them, so they can't have any kind of engagement coming at them from behind. Not only are those mines going to discourage any brawlers, but they can, on the rare, very rare occasion, absorb hits. Those mines are collision objects. They can be shot down, but that also means they can absorb shots that the Love's Fortress would otherwise take.
Queen's Oven losing its armor. 20 seconds left on the point. Not much reason to stick around anymore. They're just brawling for the sake of posturing. Queen's Oven taking double Gat fire. He's dropping down, dropping tar on the Fozzie the Pira. That's going to buy him some much-needed time. He's going to lose his engines pretty quick if he can't get out of this tar.
If the
and
blue
that's going to be
team,
even worse than death.
if the blue team is smart in this situation, they're going to take out the balloon, take out the engines, and leave the Queen's Oven there. Getting a kill at this point on the Queen's Oven is going to be detrimental to their cause.
Yeah, absolutely. If he dies, he's going to spawn in with a fresh ship, and he's going to be able to fight for the point, no problem. Love's Fortress has to move a little bit. Yep, rises up just a tiny bit so he can start capping the point, but the Corvo coming in, he's going to block it. And if he has Eagle Eyes, he's going to spot the Love's Fortress.
I'm surprised the Corvo is not actually blocking the point just yet. It is still capping for the red team. Yep, but if he stays high, he's going to get out of cap range. Got to be careful here. Got to be really careful.
I just noticed something. Look off to the north of the map. There's another airship. Like probably a airship design that didn't get approved.
Yeah, that's been in a couple of maps. It's in a couple places on this map.
I didn't never see that before.
I think it's an older design from the original Guns of Icarus, actually.
Oh, you're right. That's so cool. That's a really cool design.
Point is still halfway capped for the red team. Fozzie the Pure has realized where Love's Fortress is, as has Corvo, in fact. And
coming in.
Oh my goodness.
Now, if the Love's Fortress gets rammed right now, he's going to go right into a wall. And in fact, he's rising up to make it easier for the Fozzie. Look at that bump. Fozzie going to bump on the top as well, but those double gats are going down. They need to target the guns. There we go. Watch it down. Bumps are going to come down. Oh, but the Fozzie loses his armor.
He essentially killed himself.
Yeah, he did. Now the Corvo is fighting the Queen's Oven. The Love's Fortress may have won that fight, but he is too far away. He's too stuck to be able to make a difference in this brawl right now. Skybreaker on the Corvo, the USS Dragon losing to the Queen's Oven. Red is coming back with a vengeance, but there's still only 100 seconds left on this point.
It's going to be a little bit of a challenge for the blue team to get to the next point before the red team, but still they're going to have fresh ships, whereas the Love's Fortress and Queen's Oven both have taken some pretty substantial damage.
Corvo taking hits. I almost feel like off. Long set up at point D already. That's what I feel like they ought. I think that's actually why the Corvo stuck around. He's just buying time, keeping the red team from getting over to point D. That's where they should be going as well. Bought a little bit of time, but blue team is still too far away to secure it before red team can get there.
The red team is going to get there first, and if blue team does decide to go there, it's going to be a situation where I believe the Fozzie the Pure is going to get there long before either of his allies is available.
Yeah, this is not going to be good. What ship is going around? Let's see.
That is the USS Dragon. Yep.
Yeah, he's going around behind for one reason or another. I'm not entirely certain why. Maybe he's going for C? I don't know. They're splitting up pretty hard, and usually this sort of split tactic going to be difficult to pull off because you lose a lot of DPS if people don't come in at the same time.
And they certainly are not going in at the same time. Certainly not. Fozzie the Pure is going in well enough alone, going up against Love's Fortress, but he is going to be in direct arc of the Queen's Oven and the Skybreaker. Spots have gone down. Queen's Oven opening up already. Love's Fortress lost their outer hull. They have exposed their perma hull, but oh my goodness, doesn't do anything.
They get the armor up just in time, and the ram isn't going to take him out. Trying to back up. Fozzie the Pure has exposed the Skybreaker. Armor is down. He's trying to rise up. But the balloon is at half. Armor is down. Hull's taking damage. This is big. Goes down on the Fozzie the Pure. There he goes. USS Dragon coming in a little late. No permahull damage went down on any of the red ships, and they didn't gain any sort of a position advantage.
That charge was not what the blue team wanted. They went in at different times. Corvo just coming in right now. Absolutely not what was needed. They needed to go in at once, take out the Love's Fortress, take out the Queen's Oven, and then deal with the full health Skybreaker. That is not what happened at all. USS Dragon gonna go down here. Skybreaker breaking them down along with help from the Queen's Oven. This is not a challenge for the red team at this point. Corvo doing his best against Love's Fortress. Going to be able to take out the Love's Fortress there, but that's only going to serve to reset their hull as they've already capped the point and are not necessarily needed here anymore.
Red spawns are very close to D point, and even though galleons are slow, that's not a long distance to travel. Corvo losing his armor, porters come in, there it is. Blue team paying for their mistakes and not moving together.
Very poor use of their time and their resources. Love Fortress is already back, and it looks like Queen Chrysalis is going to head towards E.
Yeah, I think Blue's going to cut their losses right now. They're going to say, all right, take those last 85 points. We'll still be ahead. We can leapfrog this. We'll secure this point, lock it down. If any ships come in too early, we'll rip them apart. And I think that they can do it. They're a full captures points. There are full captures worth ahead of the red team right now. They can safely and comfortably just sort of leapfrog their points over to victory.
Fozzie the Pira did try to get in a hiding spot here, but Love's Fortress spotted him on the way in, and it looks like Love's Fortress is going to engage Fozzie the Pira before that sit is going to be a problem.
Love's Fortress, yep, he's coming in hard on him, though I'm not sure this really favors the Galleon. Being this close to a Metamidian as any ship is generally not a good idea. And Fozzie the Pira is going to get rammed. Huge! Ouch. Like, that was a shove.
He's killing himself. He was killing himself. He killed himself again.
Okay, that was the Galleon using its mass to its advantage. Yep. That was huge. And now the USS Dragon coming in, trying to make up for that mistake with the Gat mortar. What kind of ammo is he using? He's using incendiary ammo. That's going to burn through the armor of Love's Fortress a little bit faster. He's going to eat Watcha. Uses all of his guns. The USS Dragon has got to do something at this point. They've got to ram. They've got to get these guns out of arc. But they've got to do something.
They're trying their best. Gatling's back up. Balloon back up. Corvo coming in as well, but the Queen's Oven is coming in too. It's starting to be a bit of a brawl here on point E, as Corvo and Dragon struggle to do something about the Love's Fortress. 2 engines are down on it. The outer hull is going down. Balloon is going down, but Dragon is taking a lot of damage for this kill. Love's Fortress losing altitude now. Gonna bump against the water, loses the last of their outer hull in it, but nothing more. Mortar shots coming in to try and finish the job. There it goes. USS Dragon and Corvo both take out the Galleon. Fozzie the Pira doing everything in his power to try and deal with the Queen's Oven. Skybreaker still facing up against the Corvo. Fozzie the Pira having very good luck taking out the Queen's Oven. There we go.
Not only did he hold off 2 ships, he managed to get a kill on one. Corvo going to do a butt ram, but his armor was down. That enema was just too powerful. And Skybreaker, though, now getting targeted by the Fozzie the Pira and the USS Dragon.
Gonna be a pinch. There it is.
Still, only 120 seconds left on the point. They've yet to capture it. And so it's not going to be that... normally it wouldn't be that big of a loss for the red team, but blue team is already over halfway to victory right now. There it goes. They're going to pick up 107 points for themselves.
Let's look at it this way. They're going to be at about 425 points after this cap finishes. About. So after that, we have A, which is at the center of the map, which is pretty equally contested between both teams. Let's say red takes that, gets all the points for it. Doesn't put them in win range just yet. It's going to put them close, but not put them inside win range. Blue holds this point, keeps on it, gets about 420 points, then has B. They're probably going to take B, no matter what. They're going to be very close to winning after they take point B.
Yeah, absolutely. Love's Fortress getting a bit targeted right now. He's coming a little too far, but the red team managing to get in on the point. They're going to block a fair bit of this score.
I'm shocked that the blue team just left the point like this. They had such a great opportunity.
I'm not that surprised. I mean, they're going to lose out on 40 points. In the big scheme of things, that's not so bad, especially when you consider that Red now, I think they are going to capture the point, but it's for like a measly, 20? That's nothing, especially when Blue Team is going to have all of their ships on point A and are going to start ticking towards victory even faster. You're going to get more points from point A than you are from what's left of point E.
Not to overuse the term, but that's a good point.
Ha ha ha. Points. Yep, they're already on it. Fozzie's coming in. Or Fozzie is actually just not... Okay, I thought Love's Fortress. Love Fortress is on the other side. It's going to take him a little while to get in.
Fozzie the Pure is getting ready for an ambush. It looks like he's going to try and ambush a ship, but he is at the flight ceiling. I don't think he can squeeze through that crack there.
No, right now, he's... it'd be tight. Yeah, I don't think he can make it. Queen's Oven coming in, but it's too late. Blue Team's already taken the point. That 175 points are going to start ticking towards them. If they can get all of those points, that is going to put them just about in win range. And then,
of course, they have B available to them.
Queen's Oven goes down, going in too early, trying to stop them from taking the point, but the Red Team just didn't move on it fast enough. Not worth the couple of points they got.
That was great focus fire from the Blue Team, too. They had all of those Gatlings pointed right at the exact same ship on the hull. It's hard to do on the Junker. The Junker has a very slim hull profile, but they got that focus fire incredibly well. Love's Fortress is going to be the next victim here. Outer hull being ground down in a matter of moments. Corvo coming in for the bump, pinning the Love's Fortress against the side of the silo, taking a ton of damage. Love Fortress gets ground down. Wreckage flying all over the refinery.
And that is going to lock it down, I think. Skybreaker coming in from the side, but I don't think he's going to be able to do much. The Dragon already has marked.
He's uncapping. Wow.
This is weird.
The blue ships were not low enough to the point. Remember, the cap zone for these points is below it. It's not to the side. It's not above. It is below it.
Corvo doesn't quite have the angle. Hydrogen going to get Skybreak alive. This is help Uncle. He needs to get these kills, but I honestly think it's too late. You got 77 seconds left on the point. Blue Team already did what they set out to do. They are in win range if they can get that point quickly. But anything else that they get from this point is just going to be extra. They are 100 away from victory.
Red Team has to focus on B. B is such an easy point for the Blue Team to control. That's why it's probably B. It's right in the Blue Team spawn. It's right there. They can body rush. We've talked about this before. They can body rush B quite easily and take it, if not block it.
Right now, losing a ship,
set up there.
If the Red Team loses a ship, that is going to be extremely detrimental because the spawn is so far away. Ram comes out. Wow.
Another problem, Love's Fortress. Love's Fortress actually making a poor choice here to try and uncap point A instead of trying to full steam towards B point. They're letting the Queen's Oven try and do their dirty work here. This is time that the Love's Fortress cannot afford.
I think he was just going straight for point B and point A.
Oh no, he is. I saw him stop and turn for a moment. I thought, no, bad idea, but they are just going for point B. That's good. That's a good choice.
Yep, Queen's Oven going to drop down, use his balloon as a shield, and try to keep Blue Team from taking point B. If they take it in the next minute and a half, that's going to be victory for Blue Team. Yeah, actually even less. All they need is 60 points because they were able to hold A for so long.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be a tough one for the Red Team to continue blocking. Love's Fortress coming in with all that momentum against the Dragon, taking out their outer hull almost completely. Another bump. Nasty, nasty ram from the Love's Fortress. That was a lot of momentum.
Positive PR dropping down to assist the USS Dragon. They have so many Gatlings firing on the Queen's Oven. This is ridiculous to watch. Mortars come out for the actual kill. Armor goes down on the Fozzie, but no mortars. Nothing at all.
No
Feels like I'm
problems
wearing
whatsoever.
nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Love's
Stupid
Fortress
sick.
is sitting in the light, right below the point, dropping a tar cloud right behind it, making it very difficult for the blue ships to try and take it out. Good positioning. Good positioning for the Love's Fortress.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, if they can just hold that little spot down there, they'll be okay. None of the blue ships seem to be in position to really take them out. Those mines are creating a screen right now. Positive Pura can't get in there. They're going to hit the mine and get knocked away.
I'm shocked that the blue ships aren't scrambling more to try and take out the Love's Fortress.
They are. They really are. They just took their good sweet time doing so, though. Love's Fortress eating some serious gat fire. He might get rammed into the ground if he doesn't do something right now. He just needs to stay alive for another 30 seconds, and he can keep Blue winning this outright. But it's not going to happen. Ram comes in. The Fozzie Enema is too strong. And the Love's Fortress is going to go down.
Skybreaker is sitting just at the cap range for the point. No, he's actually swung out of it. Yes, he has swung out of it. The point is going towards the blue team. Skybreaker needs to drop down into the cap area before that 60-second mark. Is it going to happen?
Oh, he did do it!
Wow!
Just barely. Skybreaker comes in. And that is going to keep blue team from winning this time around. They are going to be forced to take point C. But there are going to be a couple of ships waiting there for them.
I think the blue team took way too long to focus on the Love Fortress. It just they were dawdling about way too long in the air. They needed to get on killing that ship much more quickly than they actually did. I think that was their downfall in this one.
Yeah, absolutely. They're not quite. Let's see. Skybreaker has come in for one reason or another. He's running over to point B. I feel like he should run in the opposite direction, lead him away. But he's going to go down. Still pretty detrimental because he's going to have to spawn a fair distance away. But it's not quite so bad. Blue team is going to work their way over. USS Dragon taking his good sweet time. Going to wait for the point to completely decap. And now they're going to head out.
Love Fortress is going to be the next red ship on the point after the VSS Queen's Oven. Queen's Oven was already set up there. Love Fortress coming in above the Corvo.
Block.
Fozzie the Pure also coming in.
Fozzie the Pure coming in on the Queen's Oven, who has mashed himself up against the wall. That's not where you want to be against Fozzie.
Ow!
Armor goes down. You do not want to put yourself up against wall against Fox. He's going to ram you. Armor goes down. Mortar is coming down as well. This may be enough. That ram was just not quite what he needed. He's going to go down. Love's Fortress not going to get down with Corvo. He's going to bump instead. A lot of the Watcher goes wide. A lot of shots missing, but blue team and red team both have two ships on the point.
This could still go any way. Red team is on the very verge of capturing C. If
that
they
was
can
a nice
kill off
watch.
The dragon. Yeah, it was. If they can kill off the dragon and the Corvo, the point will swing to red. But while one of them still lives, the red team has no real chance.
Corvo needs to finish off the Queen's Oven. Love's Fortress, though, getting a nice Watcher barrage on him as the Skybreaker comes in to finish the deed.
Corvo took a nasty bump.
There it is.
Corvo took a really nasty bump on his hull against the back of that piping. Skybreaker and Love's Fortress both focusing on him. Ouch! Painful.
Handling. Christopher Walken there. Oh!
Walken. Fozzie the Pure is just sitting back and pushing in and taking some pot shots on the Love Fortress. I think this is a bad idea. They need to get to D, rather. They really need to go over to D and get set up on it.
They just need to take it. If they take the point, I don't think that it's actually possible to decap it fast enough. Blue should just leave this. Like, I think Fozzie the Pura should stick around, try to distract as many as possible, but the rest of the blue team, yep, they are going to take the wide way around, and they're going to go to D. However, Queen's Oven knows where it's at. He's already heading over.
The problem is that the Queen's Oven's going to be alone in this matter, and as we've seen, a lone galleon has a bit of a tough time fighting its own fights.
Yep.
Oh, the Queen's Oven, that's not a galleon, that's a junker. I thought that was the galleon there for a minute.
I was just like, yes, that is true. Okay.
At that point in time, Oracle, you need to say, Dan, you're an idiot.
What, I don't already say that enough?
Feel free to say it a little more, it's fine. It's safe. USS Dragon and Corvo swinging around.
I did that plenty with your FPL run.
Despite the fact that Red Team did sit for a little bit on C, they're still going to make it to D well before the Blue Team does.
Those deaths were extremely detrimental. Those spawns were a little weird. Fozzie the Pura is whacking the Skybreaker. They're doing a good job of keeping the guns down with those Gatlings, but I don't know if they could keep it up for much longer.
The Queen's Oven starting to take some pot shots on Fozzie the Pura. Nasty, nasty shots. Wow.
That was a big ram. Armor comes back up on the Fozzie, but it's not going to stick around for long. Kerosene coming in. There it is. And now
Blue
the red
team may want to
point.
Blue team may want to just ignore this point. They're going in one at a time.
They can't. If they leave this point alone, then they're going to lose too many points. Kill goes down on the Skybreaker, but now the Corvo is all alone. The rest of the team is get in there. Dragon and Fozzie, though, spawn way far away. And this is just going to be an easy meat grind and some easy points for Red. They got another 140 to collect. That's going to put them at 500 and within win range. Easy.
At a certain point, you have to say, well, we only need 14 more points. 1 point cap. Let's just set up on 1 point before the red team has a chance to win and camp it. Let's just camp it. That's
the
not
problem
what's
with that. Well, the problem with that is that means that red can just go there and start fighting for it early. So what needs to happen is, what I think is in Blue's best interest is to keep throwing dudes, like a single dude at a time at that point. Like just sort of have them in a line.
That's what's happening. The dragon is going up against the Queen's Oven. Queen's Oven has their brawl side turned. Dragon is taking a lot of damage there, but no one's actually sitting on the point, and they're uncapping it.
If the dragon is able to take this point, that's it. The red cannot leave this alone. Is the Queen's Oven too far away? He's high. The Queen's Oven is high. He's going to have to move in and then drop. I don't think they'll be able to
He just got on the point. It's halfway uncapped. Dragon is sitting very low, though. It keeps having its balloon popped.
And he keeps bumping. He's got to rise up. Can he actually manage to use hydrogen? Armor goes down. Quarter is going down on him, and that's it. Still, though, that's going to keep the Queen's Oven away from the fight. And the blue team is going to spawn at least reasonably close to point E. And so I think that was definitely in favor of the blue team. Some nice.
Skybreaker goes down.
Skybreaker.
Wow.
Blues playing the way Blues playing this, it looks like they're going to be able to win it after 30 seconds are up.
Love Fortress is swinging around. They are just trying to play defensively right now, going behind, and they're going to swing under the pipes too, more than likely, while the Queen's Oven gets back into position and starts heading towards this next point. Skybreaker spawns back in the normal red zone. Dragon is coming back in very quickly as well. Love Fortress is just going to play defensive. They are not trying to get kills at this point. They are just trying to block.
There we go. However, yep, there's the block. Love's Fortress just getting in where it needs to, but the Fozzie the Pura is coming in hard. Still, though, it needs to ram to get these kills, and that's dangerous in the small area. Gets a balloon ram. I think that actually went into his armor, but he's coming in anyway. Armor goes down on the Love's Fortress, but he overshoots.
This is going to be a little bit of trouble for Fozzie.
Got it anyway. The Love Fortress was forced away, and that's going to be it. 5 more seconds. Blue team's going to take this last game. Bam.
Well fought. incredibly well fought on both sides of things.
I thought the Love Fortress was going to be okay, but he got forced back by the Fozzie. That's all he really needed to do. There's a little window underneath those arches, and all he had to do was push him away from it.
Absolutely. That's it. That's going to be it for the Iron Fork for this February 28th. The Iron Fork of Friday is, of course, a weekly cake event. All you have to do to participate is log into game and find the Iron Fork of Friday lobby. In addition to this, you can find all of our matches during every week on our schedule right below. Also, all these matches are usually posted to the YouTube page at youtube.com/The Rob and Dan Show. You can find our archive over there of Guns of Icarus online events. Again, that is going to be it for the Iron Fork of Friday. Oracle, thank you as always for being with us.
It's been a pleasure.
That was creepy. For Rob, I have been Dan.
More Dan, I have been Rob.
That's the Iron Fork of Friday. We'll be on later with some gaming for this evening. Good night now.